Well, let's speak more about the Lesotho Highlands water project. Bring in South Africa's Minister for Water and Sanitation, Pemmy Majodina. Minister, a very good evening to you. Welcome to SABC News. So you've been to Lesotho to see firsthand the progress that's been made over the last few weeks, last few months since your last visit in August, I believe it was, when you were there. Will the 2028-2029 deadline ultimately to complete this work be met?
Thank you very much, Tembegile, to you and the viewers of SABC. As far as assessment is concerned, I think we are going to make it for 2029 because there was a very slow pace up until we introduced penalties. We also introduced targets. And when company A or contractor A is unable to meet the targets, we take away the work from that company. So there's a lot of competition now on the ground because those who have been given work, they want to prove themselves. So there's a lot of competition which then assists us to be able to finish the program or the project on time.
So is the sense that you got on the initial visit to the area that the contractors were basically dragging their feet because on government's end, no one was basically chasing them or applying the pressure to make sure that they function or they operate within deadline? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, they were too relaxed because there was no political oversight. They were on their own with the Commission and LHTA and TCTA. Now that I committed that every 3 months I'll visit the area. For instance, I'll be going back now in January or mid-January because there is a bridge that is standing at 93%. When I was there in August, it was around about 54%. So when I told them that I was coming back, then they managed to accelerate the project. So they just need people to sit on their necks so that they can deliver on time.
And are you satisfied then in this move, this fast pace to keep up with the deadline, that the quality of the work is not compromised in an effort to ultimately tick boxes and deliver on your next visit?
Indeed, I am satisfied that we have residents, engineers that are ensuring that the quality of work is up to the expected standard, but also we don't want to drag that project beyond 2028-29. We won't have money to deal with that. So the sooner we finish, the better. So the more we have contractors on site, is the more the work is happening. The more you have competition, is the more the work is happening. So South Africa must be ready for that water. Our reservoirs, especially in municipalities, the water leaks, as you have indicated in Johannesburg, we are unable to fill all those reservoirs as long as there are water leaks in the municipalities. So municipalities must stand up and be ready to receive more water. Bosch, as run by Redwater, it is ready to receive 600 billion liters per day from that project.
And on that note, let's speak about this project, the Lesotho Highlands water project, because that water is going to help address the very situation that you're talking about in Gauteng, water provision here, by the time that it is completed, right? Put in context how much of a difference it's going to make in the daily supply of water.
In the daily supply of water, people are supposed to get water on a daily basis. Let's start there. But the decaying infrastructure must be attended to. Water sales must be ring-fenced in order to deal with the repairs and renovations of those water infrastructure. The many reservoirs must be built so that when there is major scheduled maintenance, like what is happening now, they have enough reserve in terms of water. But as long as municipalities are not doing that, this will be just a futile exercise. And now I'm happy because the president has returned to all municipalities because he wanted a progress report since our Indaba. I gave him that only 44 municipalities are attending to the non-negotiables, which were 16, including the non-revenue water. So the president has written to them that he also demand quarterly reports from municipalities. I think now they will be on their foot.
With that in mind, Minister, just on the situation in Johannesburg, while this maintenance is ongoing, one of the recurring problems, and we've heard it again this week, is that there's either not sufficient communication in some areas, or even where water tankers are promised, there simply aren't enough. Why is it that in a metro like Johannesburg, at a very local level, the people in charge are still not able to ensure that this is as seamless a process as possible, where people aren't going from one corner to the next looking for a tanker or having to spend money that some people actually don't even have to supplement water?
Tembegile, it is pathetic, so to say. And I wish to apologize also that the maintenance is scheduled and it had to happen. However, our municipalities are failing our people because they knew quite in advance. We do major maintenance in June and in December. They should have prepared for that. But as I said to you, that water tankers are not a solution. They're supposed to come in as an emergency. Municipalities must in-source and not outsource water tankering. But if they outsource, they are unable to monitor. And hence our people are not getting water now at this time of need when there is maintenance. So the solution should be that municipality must consider what you have been telling them to in-source water tankers, but also to monitor. Our people are going from point A to point B. There is no water. It is unacceptable.
But are the municipalities, pardon me, are they heeding your advice to be able to do that, to deliver better? Because it doesn't feel like that. Yes, there are areas where people see tankers are there, but it doesn't feel like that when people aren't able to do basics like cook, take a bath, a shower, do your laundry.
They are not meeting the required standard. I must admit to that. However, we received a report from Johannesburg, the city of Johannesburg, that they've insourced about 20 tankers, which they now own. But I think what is lacking is that the community of Johannesburg is growing day by day. But if they can have their officials oversighting and monitoring these tankers, as long as there is no monitoring, our people are not going to get water. But these tankers, especially the private tankers, will be getting their money. Well, who knows where they've taken that water to? No one knows, because our people still cry. And I've been listening to you all day about the water issue in Johannesburg. After I have a meeting tomorrow morning with the mayor, just to see where can we assist them.
And we look forward to hearing the outcomes of that meeting. Final question, Minister, just on our initial conversation regarding the Lesotho Highlands water project. The budget was about 53, I think, billion rand, correct? About 21 billion rand, I understand, has been spent so far. Will you be able to keep spending within budget by 2028, 2029? Will we have to pay more?
Not to pay more, because we don't have more. And that project is meant to be 53 billion and not beyond that. I can't commit anything that might exceed 53 billion. Indeed, we still have to look at their books as well, and we're going to audit each and every rand and cent or a maluti that has been used in that project. So far, we are happy that given the dam wall that is standing at 60%, given the single bridge that will be handed over by end of August, end of January, early February, so we might be able to meet the budget.
Minister Pemmy Majodina, Minister of Water and Sanitation, speaking to us about the Lesotho Highlands water project and indeed the ongoing maintenance in Johannesburg that's led to supply disruptions in parts of the metro.